There are certain things we all expect to do without thinking, small daily routines that once came easily, quietly, even automatically, like brushing your teeth, or tying your shoes, or wiping after using the bathroom. But what happens when something that once took seconds now takes effort, patience, and sometimes even pain? What if your arms don't reach the way they used to? What if your balance feels off or your skin stings with every wipe? What if the bathroom, once a place of privacy and routine, starts to feel like a battlefield? You're not alone. These are the quiet struggles many older adults face every day, but almost never talk about. They go unspoken out of embarrassment or because we've been taught to just deal with it. But the truth is, this isn't about weakness. It's about change. And more importantly, it's about finding better ways to take care of ourselves with dignity. In this video, we're going to explore something many people never think twice about until it becomes difficult. And we'll walk gently through stories, reflections, and solutions that might just bring you more comfort, confidence, and peace of mind. So before we begin, take a moment to subscribe to my channel. I'm here to help make life a little easier, one small step at a time. All right, let's begin. Number one, how pre-moistened wipes help seniors feel clean again. Margaret was 76, a proud widow who lived alone in her quiet Ohio home. She did her shopping every Friday, always dressed neatly with a gentle smile. But one day, standing in the checkout line, she caught a faint smell, one that made her heart sink. It wasn't from someone else, it was from her. She had struggled that morning to clean herself after using the toilet, but her body just didn't move like it used to. Her arms didn't reach, and her back was stiff. Ashamed, she left the store without her groceries. This wasn't about poor hygiene. It was about age, arthritis, and the quiet changes no one warns us about. Margaret had always taken care of herself, and now even something as small as wiping was making her feel helpless. That's when she discovered pre-moistened wipes, not baby wipes. These were designed for adults. Larger, softer, and much easier to handle than folded toilet paper. Some even had soothing ingredients like aloe vera and vitamin E. From a medical perspective, wet wipes clean more thoroughly than dry tissue. They reduce skin friction, prevent irritation, and lower the chance of infection. For older adults with arthritis or limited mobility, this is more than a convenience, it's a form of self-preservation. Margaret started keeping a pack in her purse, one by her bedside and one in the bathroom. And just like that, her confidence began to return. She no longer avoided social events or feared public spaces. Of course, there's a catch. Most of these wipes aren't flushable. Even if the package says they can clog pipes and harm the environment. It's best to dispose of them in a lidded trash bin near the toilet. For Margaret, this small shift meant regaining control over her daily routine. Sometimes dignity comes in small packages, like a gentle, moist wipe that says, "You're still capable." If this story speaks to you, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions, leave a comment below. I answer every single one of them. Number two, how a portable bidet gave Jim his mornings back. Jim was 81 and still proud of fixing things with his own hands. He had worked as a plumber for decades, and even in retirement, he was the guy neighbors called when their faucets leaked. But one thing he couldn't fix was the growing struggle of wiping himself after going to the bathroom. "It's not a big deal," he used to say, until it became one. Arthritis stiffened his shoulders. His back didn't bend. Wiping turned into a battle that left him exhausted, frustrated, and sometimes even skipping meals to avoid the bathroom altogether. Then one morning, while scrolling through videos on his tablet, he stumbled upon something called a portable bidet. It looks simple, just a small bottle with a nozzle. You fill it with warm water, aim, squeeze, and let the water do the cleaning. Skeptical but desperate, Jim ordered one. The first time he used it, something changed. No pain, no awkward twisting, just a gentle stream of warm water that cleaned thoroughly without effort. Jim couldn't believe it. From a medical view, water-based cleaning reduces irritation, especially for people with hemorrhoids, rashes, or incontinence. It also helps prevent bacteria buildup and is far gentler than dry toilet paper or even wipes. The portable bidet became part of Jim's daily routine. He kept one in the bathroom and another in his truck, just in case. They were small enough to carry and easy to refill. He added a towel to pat dry, and for the first time in months, he felt independent again. There's a learning curve, sure. You need to find the right angle. You'll need access to clean water. But once you get the hang of it, it becomes second nature. Jim now tells his friends, if I'd known a bottle of water could change my day, I would have tried it sooner. Sometimes the fix isn't complicated. It's just a new tool and the courage to try something different. If this story speaks to you, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions, leave a comment below. I answer every single one of them. Number 3, how a simple Perry bottle helped Clara sleep again. Clara had once been an artist. Before her stroke, she painted soft watercolors, landscapes, flowers, anything that made her feel peaceful. But after the stroke left her with limited mobility, even getting to the bathroom in the middle of the night became a challenge. She hated asking for help, especially for something so personal. Sometimes she'd lie in bed for hours, not because she couldn't move, but because she feared the struggle of cleaning herself afterward. Reaching was hard, wiping felt impossible, and every night she felt a little more helpless, until a kind home nurse handed her something simple, a Perry bottle. It wasn't fancy, just a small plastic squeeze bottle with a curved nozzle. Try this, the nurse said, warm water. That's it. Clara filled it, sat on the toilet, aimed gently, and squeezed. The warm water did what dry paper and strained arms couldn't. It cleaned her, gently and completely. From that moment on, Clara kept one Perry bottle in the bathroom and another by her bed. And just like that, her nights became easier. She didn't dread the bathroom anymore. Perry bottles were originally designed for new mothers recovering from childbirth, but they have quietly become one of the most useful tools for seniors with limited mobility. No batteries, no screens, just warm water and thoughtful design. From a medical standpoint, rinsing with warm water reduces skin irritation, helps prevent infection, and avoids the friction that comes with wiping dry. For seniors dealing with incontinence, hemorrhoids, or post-surgical recovery, this can be life-changing. Sure, it requires refilling. You'll need a soft towel nearby to dry off. But for many like Clara, this simple tool means dignity, privacy, and peace of mind. Sometimes the solution isn't about doing more. It's about doing something smarter. Clara may not paint anymore, but every night when she picks up her Perry bottle, she feels just a little more like herself. If this story speaks to you, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions, leave a comment below. I answer every single one of them. Number 4, the bidet attachment that helped Harold feel in control again. Harold had never been one for modern gadgets. He liked things simple, his black coffee, his flannel shirts, and the radio playing classic country while he fixed things in the garage. So when his nephew suggested adding a bidet attachment to his toilet, Harold nearly laughed. "That's that French bathroom thing, right?" he said, half joking. But behind the humor was something real. Wiping had become a painful struggle. His back didn't bend like it used to, his shoulders ached, and every bathroom visit left him feeling more frustrated and less independent. His nephew didn't push, he just showed him a simple device online. A bidet attachment that fit right under the toilet seat, no plumbing degree required. Just a twist of the dial, and a gentle stream of water would take care of the rest. Harold agreed to try. The first time surprised him. Not uncomfortable, just different. The warm water cleaned everything thoroughly, without the twisting, without the soreness, and most of all, without the doubt. Within a week, Harold wasn't just using it, he was recommending it. From a health perspective, bidet attachments reduce bacteria, minimize irritation, and are especially helpful for seniors with hemorrhoids or urinary issues. Many users report fewer infections and a greater sense of cleanliness. They come in basic models with cold water only, or more advanced versions with adjustable pressure, warm water, and even air drying. Installation is usually easy, and for Harold, it was the upgrade he never knew he needed. Now he no longer avoids bathroom visits. No more rushing or worrying, just the quiet confidence of knowing he can care for himself, his way. Sometimes dignity isn't about doing everything the old-fashioned way. It's about knowing when a small change makes a big difference. Hey, if you found this story helpful, consider subscribing so you don't miss the next one. And I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Have you tried a bidet attachment yet? Or do you have questions? Let's talk. Number 5. How a handheld shower head helped Ruth feel whole again. Ruth had always started her day with a shower. Even in her 70s, before the sun came up, she'd wrap herself in a robe and head into the bathroom. It wasn't about being clean, it was about starting fresh. But as time went on, that routine became harder. Her knees ached, stepping over the tub was tricky, and worst of all, wiping after using the bathroom had become a challenge she wasn't sure how to solve. Wipes helped, but not always. She wanted to feel truly clean, not just clean enough. Then a nurse visiting her daughter's home told her about a handheld shower head with a pause button and adjustable spray. It might just change the way you feel, the nurse said. And it did. With a sturdy shower chair in place, Ruth was able to sit, relax, and gently rinse herself from head to toe. No bending, no guessing, no need to twist and wipe over and over. Just water, warm and kind, doing what it was meant to do. Many handheld shower heads come with soft settings that are gentle enough for sensitive skin. Some even have massage options that soothe tired muscles. For seniors dealing with leakage, irritation, or limited mobility, it's more than hygiene. It's healing. Ruth now showers every morning like before, but it's different. She calls it her reset, a way to care for herself without struggle. She doesn't dread the bathroom anymore. She welcomes it. There's a reason so many people say water is therapy, because when it's warm, when it flows with intention, when it helps restore a person's sense of control, it becomes more than routine. It becomes relief. If you've ever found comfort in something as simple as warm water, you'll understand Ruth's story. Subscribe to the channel for more ways to care for yourself or a loved one. And if you've got a tip or question, drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Number 6. How reusable cloth wipes gave Marjorie a sense of control. Marjorie had always been mindful of the earth. She reused glass jars, composted kitchen scraps, and never wasted a scrap of fabric. She believed that caring for the planet and caring for yourself were one and the same. So when her arthritis made wiping difficult, her daughter brought her a pack of disposable wet wipes. They worked well enough, but Marjorie hesitated. "They smell too much like perfume," she said, "and I throw away so many." She went searching through her linen cabinet and found a stack of soft cotton cloths left over from her sewing days. She dampened one with warm water and wiped gently. It worked, better than she expected. From that day on, Marjorie used reusable cloth wipes, not out of nostalgia, but because they were gentle, effective, and felt like hers. Cloth wipes are soft on delicate skin. They contain no chemicals, no added scents, and they can be washed and reused again and again. When handled properly, washed in hot water with a mild detergent and stored in a sealed bin, they are both hygienic and sustainable. For seniors like Marjorie, who have sensitive skin or prefer natural methods, they're a quiet return to something slower, kinder, and more intentional. She kept them folded neatly beside the toilet with a little jar of coconut oil. A lidded container nearby held the used ones until laundry day. It wasn't fancy, but it gave her something she deeply valued, a sense of control. Sometimes the best solutions aren't new, they're just rediscovered. So if you find yourself overwhelmed by options, know this: the simplest answer might already be in your home. A small cloth, a bit of warm water, and the permission to care for yourself in your own way, that's more powerful than we realize. If this story reminded you of something your grandmother used to do, or something you might try now, tap the subscribe button. And if you've got a question or memory to share, the comments are open. I'd love to read them. Number 7. How a toilet tissue wand gave Walter his dignity back. Walter had always been tall, tall enough to change light bulbs without a step stool, tall enough to reach every high shelf in his garage. But at 86, his height no longer felt like an advantage. His back was stiff, and just reaching around to clean himself after using the bathroom had turned into a daily frustration. He tried everything, folding extra long tissue, twisting in strange ways, even leaning against the wall. But none of it worked well. He started avoiding long outings and felt embarrassed at the thought of not being fully clean. Then his daughter gently handed him a box. Inside was a toilet tissue wand. At first, he was skeptical. "A plastic stick is supposed to fix this?" he asked, but he gave it a try. It had a long, curved handle with a soft grip. He placed a folded wipe at the end, and to his surprise, he could finally reach without straining, without twisting, and without feeling defeated. After wiping, a small button released the tissue directly into the trash. No touching needed. For Walter, it wasn't just about hygiene. It was about independence. Toilet tissue wands are lightweight, easy to clean, and thoughtfully designed for seniors who have limited flexibility due to arthritis, back problems, or post-surgery recovery. They help bridge the gap between needing help and still doing things on your own. Sure, it took Walter a few tries to get the hang of it, but once he did, he never looked back. He kept one in his main bathroom and bought a second one for his travel bag, just in case. Because when a tool lets you take care of yourself again, it's not just plastic, it's freedom. If you know someone who might benefit from a tool like this, or if you've had your own experience with a Reacher wand, go ahead and subscribe for more thoughtful tips like this. And leave a comment below. I'd love to know what helps you feel more independent these days. Tools can make daily hygiene easier, but sometimes even the best tools are not enough on their own. The truth is, comfort and cleanliness don't just depend on what's in your hand. They also depend on what's around you, how your body moves, and how you treat yourself in those quiet moments. That's why in the next part of this journey, we're going to explore something just as important: the habits, surroundings, and little adjustments that help these tools work even better. Now let's continue this journey together. 1. Staying steady, how grab bars and raised seats can keep you safe. Doris had never thought much about her bathroom until the day she slipped while trying to sit down. It happened fast. One shaky step, a slight loss of balance, and suddenly she was on the floor, her hips sore and her confidence shaken. She wasn't badly hurt, but afterward, every trip to the toilet felt like a risk. Her muscles tensed, her hands gripped anything nearby, and she found herself rushing, not to save time, but to escape fear. That's when her son stepped in. He installed grab bars beside the toilet, a raised seat, and a sturdy toilet frame with handles. The change was immediate. Doris no longer feared falling. She could lower herself gently, push herself up steadily, and most importantly, take her time. These tools may seem simple, but they address one of the biggest hidden dangers for older adults: bathroom falls. According to the CDC, the bathroom is one of the most common places where seniors experience injuries due to slipping or imbalance. A raised toilet seat reduces the distance you need to bend, which helps protect knees and hips. Grab bars offer something solid to hold on to, keeping you steady through every motion. When paired together, they don't just add safety, they bring back confidence. Now, Doris says she feels more like herself again, not because the bathroom changed who she was, but because it gave her back something she didn't realize she'd lost: trust in her own body. 2. The power of sitting. Why slowing down in the bathroom changes everything. Martha had always moved fast. Raising 4 kids, managing a household, she was used to doing everything quickly, even going to the bathroom. But as the years passed, her body started resisting the pace she once took for granted. One morning, while trying to wipe in a hurry, she lost her balance and caught herself just in time. Shaken, she realized she couldn't keep pushing her body the way she used to. A nurse later suggested something surprisingly simple: stay seated, slow down. It sounded obvious, but for Martha, it was a shift in mindset. Instead of rushing through, she began to treat her bathroom time with care. Sitting fully, holding onto a grab bar, breathing deeply, wiping gently, she noticed everything changed. There was no strain, no dizziness, and no more near falls. For many seniors, standing to wipe can cause instability, especially when balance or flexibility is limited. Sitting offers more control, less risk, and a clearer reach. Combined with a supportive bathroom setup, it turns a stressful task into a safe routine. Martha added a small footstool, soft lighting, and even a calming radio station to her bathroom. It feels less like a task, she said, and more like a moment to take care of myself. Sometimes the best safety tip isn't a tool, it's a change in rhythm. If this gentle reminder helped you rethink your daily habits, I invite you to subscribe to the channel for more. And if you found your own ways to slow down safely, I'd love to hear about them in the comments. 3. It starts from within. How fiber and water make hygiene easier. Frank had always prided himself on his strong stomach. A meat and potatoes man, he rarely gave much thought to what went into his meals, until his bathroom routine started to feel harder than it should. Wiping became a messy, tiring chore. Some days it took several tries just to feel clean. I thought it was just age, he said, but it turns out it was what I was eating or not eating. His doctor explained that constipation and sticky bowel movements are common among older adults, often caused by low fiber intake, dehydration, and reduced physical activity. And when the stool is hard or incomplete, wiping becomes not only difficult, but painful. So Frank made a few small changes. He added oats and berries to breakfast, swapped white bread for whole grain, started drinking 8 glasses of water a day, and after dinner he took short walks around the block. Nothing dramatic, but within 2 weeks he noticed the difference. His bowel movements were easier. Wiping took less time, and the discomfort? Nearly gone. Medical research supports what Frank learned firsthand. A diet rich in fiber, from fruits, vegetables, beans, and whole grains, combined with hydration and gentle movement, helps the digestive system work efficiently. And when things move smoothly inside, cleanup becomes simpler outside. Frank now says the biggest change wasn't in the bathroom, it was at the kitchen table. So, before you reach for a new tool, consider what your body might be asking for on the inside. 4. No need to rush. Creating a bathroom routine that feels calm and safe. Elaine had always lived by the clock. As a former school principal, her days were filled with bells, schedules, and deadlines. Even in retirement, she kept a tidy calendar and moved through routines with precision, including her bathroom visits. But at 82, her body no longer moved as quickly as her mind. One rushed moment in the bathroom nearly caused a fall, and that shook her. I was moving fast like I always had, she said, but I forgot that my body doesn't do fast anymore. A home care nurse suggested a new kind of routine, slower, steadier, and more mindful. Elaine started preparing her bathroom with intention, soft lighting, a non-slip rug, and music playing in the background. She allowed herself to sit longer, breathe deeper, and move gently. The change was profound. By not rushing, she avoided accidents. She also wiped more thoroughly, felt less anxious, and stopped fearing the bathroom altogether. Many seniors feel pressure to get it over with, especially if they've had accidents or embarrassment in the past. But that rush can lead to skipped steps, poor hygiene, or even injury. Creating a calm routine, whether it's lighting a candle, keeping a warm towel nearby, or just sitting with a sense of grace, can transform the experience from stressful to soothing. Elaine now says, I treat my bathroom time like a ritual, not a race, because safety isn't just about equipment, it's about attitude and rhythm. If this story spoke to your experience, take a moment to subscribe for more gentle reminders like this. And if you've created your own calming routine, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. 5. Rinse and reset. Why showering after toileting might be the best option. Leonard was the kind of man who liked to keep things tidy. His shoes were always polished, his shirts ironed just right, but in his 80s, dealing with occasional bowel leakage made him feel like he was losing control over something deeply personal. I'd wipe and wipe, he said, but I never felt clean. Not really. That constant discomfort began to affect more than just his hygiene. He stopped going out, stopped inviting friends over. It wasn't the condition that changed him, it was the shame. Then one day during a doctor's visit, a simple suggestion came up. Have you tried showering afterward? At first it felt excessive, but after a particularly rough morning, Leonard decided to give it a try. He stepped into the shower, sat down on a shower chair, and turned on the warm water. No scrubbing, no rush, just a gentle rinse and a deep breath. The difference was immediate. The discomfort faded. The anxiety lifted. For older adults dealing with incontinence, hemorrhoids, or sensitive skin, wiping can be irritating and incomplete. But water soothes. Water cleans without friction. Water restores. Many seniors benefit from installing a handheld shower head, especially one with adjustable pressure and a pause button. Paired with a sturdy chair and non-slip flooring, It becomes a safe, dignified way to reset after an accident or just a tough day. Leonard now showers when he needs to, not on a schedule. And each time he says it feels like starting fresh. Because sometimes the best way to care for yourself isn't just to clean, it's to let go of the discomfort and step into peace. 6. Soft comfort, how a simple toilet cushion can ease pain and pressure. Helen never thought much about her toilet seat until it started hurting to sit down. At 79, her hips were stiff, and her tailbone ached after just a few minutes on the hard plastic. Long bathroom visits, especially when cleaning took time, became something she dreaded. It felt like sitting on cold stone, she said. Even just a few minutes left me sore. One day during a visit to the pharmacy, her granddaughter spotted a toilet seat cushion. Helen was skeptical at first. "A pillow for the toilet?" she chuckled. But she gave it a try. The difference was night and day. The soft padding relieved pressure on her hips and spine, making it easier to sit for longer without pain. She could now take her time, clean more thoroughly, and not feel rushed just to get off the seat. Toilet cushions may seem like a small thing, but for older adults dealing with sciatica, joint pain, or low muscle mass, they can be a game changer. Many are made of memory foam or gel, attached securely to standard seats, and are easy to clean. By easing pressure, these cushions improve circulation, reduce numbness, and make hygiene routines far more comfortable, especially when paired with other bathroom safety tools. Helen now says, it's a little thing that makes a big difference. And that's often the case in this stage of life. Comfort isn't about luxury, it's about being kind to your body, even in the most ordinary moments. If you've ever made a small upgrade that brought big relief, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. And if you'd like more tips like this, hit subscribe and stay connected. 7. A gentle hug. How a torso binder can help you reach more easily. Raymond had always been a big man, broad shoulders, solid frame, and a belly that came with a lifetime of hearty meals and hard work. At 78, his size had become something of a burden, especially in the bathroom. "I just can't reach around like I used to," he said. "It's not that I don't want to clean, I physically can't." He'd tried leaning, twisting, even using a wiping tool, but nothing felt comfortable or natural. Then one day during a physical therapy session, his therapist suggested something unusual: a torso binder. It's a soft, wide belt often used after surgery to support the abdomen. Skeptical but curious, Raymond gave it a try. He wrapped it gently around his midsection, not tight, just enough to offer a bit of lift and structure. The result was immediate. His belly shifted slightly upward, giving his arms more room to reach behind. Suddenly, wiping wasn't a painful stretch. It was manageable again. Torso binders don't solve everything, but for seniors with larger midsections or limited mobility, they can improve posture, reduce strain, and make hygiene tasks much easier. The key is a soft, breathable fabric and just enough compression to provide support, never discomfort. Raymond only wears his during his hygiene routine. It's not about slimming down or holding things in, it's about making space to move. And now, every time he fastens it, he feels just a little more in control. Because dignity sometimes comes in the form of a quiet solution, a gentle hug that says, "You've still got this." If you've made it to the end of this video, I want to say something very simple and very true. You are not alone, and you are not failing. Getting older isn't about giving up. It's about learning to care for yourself in new, wiser ways. It's about letting go of shame and choosing tools, habits, and routines that fit your life today, not the life you had 20 or 30 years ago. There's nothing weak about needing help. There's nothing undignified about making things easier. In fact, it takes strength to adapt, to explore, and to keep showing up for yourself. Whether it's through a gentle rinse, a padded seat, a slow breath, or a tiny change in routine, every choice you make to protect your comfort is a quiet act of courage. So if today's video brought you even a small sense of relief or recognition, I hope you'll take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the next one. I'm here with you every step of the way. Thank you for spending this time with me. Take good care of yourself. You deserve it. Always.